What does it mean when somebody is gaslighting you? Hi, I'm Paul, and this is English words and expressions they never taught me in school. But wait, aren't I supposed to be the guy who pronounces Dutch words and aims the way a Dutchman would pronounce them? Yes, I am that guy too, but as of today, I'm starting a new series of videos called English words and expressions they never taught me in school. I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. So one day you'll have the Dutch content and the other day you'll have the English content. So you'll never be a day without me. You know, I came up with the idea as somebody for whom English is a second language. I grew up speaking Dutch. I am Dutch, in fact. Ik kan dit ook in het Nederlands doen als je dit willen. Maar de meeste mensen zullen dat niet verstaan. That was a little bit of Dutch, by the way. And so I learned English in school. They taught me a type of Queen's English, the English that you would hear listening to the old-fashioned BBC, not the modern BBC, but the old-fashioned BBC. I grew up listening to the World Service, and there were so many. When I came to the United States, and to the United Kingdom for that matter, I went on the streets and I heard English the way it's never spoken on radio or TV. I heard words and expressions that I had never heard of, that never were taught to me. And I was flabbergasted. It was confusing. I thought I was delusional. I thought somebody was making a joke when they used certain words and expressions that I did not know. How could I not know these things? I thought somebody taught me English for many years. And I knew all the words there were to know, but no. There's so many strange words and expressions, like the expression gaslighting, that I had no clue what they meant, that they even existed. So I decided to make this series for people like me. They speak English as a second language, and they wonder what the English-speaking part of the world means when they use certain words, mainly slang and expressions. I'm going to explain them, and I'm going to use them in context, and hopefully enlighten you the way I had to enlighten myself. Now, this is not only for people who speak English as a second language, but also for the English speakers themselves. Yes, you, I'm talking to you. You speak English naturally. It's your first language, and you have no idea how many things that you say are confusing to people who are just learning the language. Slang, colloquialisms, things that you may share with each other every single day that we have no idea of as non-English speakers. So on one hand, I want to raise awareness for the people who speak English as a first language, that some of the things you may say might not land, might not get across, might not be understood, and why that is. Secondly, this is for the people speaking English as a second language, because there's so many things they will not teach you in school because they are considered to be colloquialisms, and it's not proper English, whatever that is. So today I want to talk about this, gaslighting. What does it mean when somebody gaslights you? Do you know? Gaslighting is when somebody tries to convince another person that what they think they know is not true. I knew I saw your car there at the supermarket the other day. How can you believe that? You must be senile. That never happened. My car was never there. But I saw it with my own eyes. You must be hallucinating. You are crazy. You're out of your mind. What is going on here? You are so silly. I was never there. My car was never parked there, but I knew it. I even took this picture on my phone of your car to show to you later. That can't be your picture. That's not real. That's somebody else's car. But it almost looks like your license. But it's not true. I'm telling you. You're hallucinating and making things up. Stop making things up. I know this is just a silly example of gaslighting, but it's just something to illustrate a tactic of what I would call psychological manipulation, making you doubt your own mind, your own sanity, your own sense of reality. That's what gaslighters do. It often happens when one of the partners in the relationship is starting to cheat and the other person is thinking that they're picking up on signs, and the person that they're suspecting of cheating says, well, no, of course not. You're making this up. This never happened. It's just your insecurity that you're working with. Have you ever had that situation? Oh, you must be so insecure in your own mind that you just start making up things. This never happened. I never went to see her. I never said that I like her even. No, I don't care about this person, and we've never met, blah, 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 blah. All the lies and lies and lies. That's gaslighting. Gaslighting. Making something up to make you feel insecure. They say, you must be crazy. You must be too sensitive. You have a rich imagination, even though in your heart of hearts, you know that what you saw is true. It really happened. Now, where does the expression gaslighting come from? It comes from a play that premiered in 1938 called Gaslight. It was about a husband trying to drive his wife crazy by turning up and down the gas lights in his house. That was one of his tactics. He was dimming the lights and then telling that she was imagining it. He wants her to doubt herself so that he can control his wife. That's the idea. So they're trying to play Gaslight into a movie as well, and that's how we got stuck with the expression gaslighting. Psychological manipulation to make somebody believe something that's not true, so you can control that person. That's gaslighting. And this was words and expressions in English they never taught me in school. I'm Paul. Have a great day. Tot ziens. Bye-bye.